We play video games to have fun, but I wouldn't call inside a fun game. It is certainly atmospheric, immersive, gloomy, intense, unsettling to the point of being disturbing, agonizing, grim. But when I play it, at no point I think to myself, yeah, I'm having a great time. And that's because if you'd ask me to describe my feelings towards this game with only one word, I would certainly use suffocating. Every aspect of Inside makes you feel trapped inside an invisible box that gets smaller with every passing hour. Its claustrophobic rooms weigh down on you with their bleak, dull lights. Every spot you pass is abandoned, desolated by its previous inhabitants, and perverted by something otherworldly. You are constantly observed by someone or something that follows your every step. And no matter how fast or far you run, you always be alone with no one else to help you in this alien world. This place feels like a giant living organism which rejects you with its every breathing cell. It screams that you don't belong here, that you are a stranger who is not welcome and who will never be accepted. We play video games to have fun, but Inside is not really a video game. For me it is a depiction of the desire to escape. Escape from pain, control, past, and from everything else that the world uses to torment us. It is about the feeling of not belonging and the desire to become something else. Something that wouldn't have to suffer anymore. Even if that means completely losing everything that makes you who you are. Because even if you lose yourself, at least the loneliness will finally disappear. And in a world which despises you with its every breath, that sounds like an only possible escape. You are not running from the containment to the freedom which exists somewhere in the outside world. You are running from the world itself, towards the only thing that can make you feel like something that is in control. And yes, that thing is an amorphous chunk of flesh that will consume you entirely, but in return, maybe it will finally end that feeling of suffocation that you tried to escape from all this time. Maybe you don't see Inside like that. There are many different ways one can translate its story, and what I just described is far from the commonly accepted interpretation of this video game. But when I play it, this is the only story I can see. A story of giving up on the entire world, on everything it has to offer, just for a chance to finally stop your agony, dissolving into the void, just to finally belong somewhere. It is not a very fun concept, right? We are individuals, and ultimately nothing is more precious than that uniqueness which makes us different from the other 8 billion people on this planet. But what if it is only by rejecting your identity one could become something better than human, something wiser, stronger, more powerful? What if it is your individuality that stops you from becoming God? Childhood's End is a science fiction novel about humanity's first contact with the extraterrestrial life form. Unlike one would expect, the aliens in this story are not hostile, but on the contrary help humanity to achieve the perfect world on Earth. Technologies that the aliens bring take care of every problem human society has ever faced. And thus life becomes a dream. There are no more wars, starvation, poverty or suffering. It is paradise. But it doesn't stop there. All of this is done to prepare humans for their unification with their overmind. An omnipotent, omnipresent creature that consists of countless alien races merged brought together into one all-powerful mind that exists beyond the boundaries of the physical realm. It has chosen humans as worthy of its power, and thus the children of Earth ascend beyond mortality and join this godlike creature in its infinite expansion over the universe. And just before humanity finally takes its place among the stars as a part of something that no mind could ever comprehend, we get a glimpse at humanity's last generation. 300 million of them stand silently, without even a single motion, like they're sleeping or entranced. They are not aware of what is around them. More than that, the grass, trees, and every living creature that surrounded them is destroyed. They are naked and filthy. Their faces, which have already begun to merge in a common mold, are emptier than the face of the dead. These are the glorious offsprings of the human race. They can turn the moon upon its axis, slow down the earth itself, and every single one of them possesses no more identity than a cell in a human body. What a magnificent end for humanity. They for sure became something that no individual could ever surpass. They did end up becoming God itself. There is nothing that could stop them anymore. No obstacle is too big, no creature is strong enough, and no weapon could even scratch them. But when the last barrier is finally broken, and nothing can confine you no more, would you wonder if it was worth giving up the only thing you ever had? Was it worth giving up yourself?